and 54, 55, 56. Oh, that was a lot. Hey everyone, welcome to #Mom Moments. This little one will be joining me today because it's fitting for today's topics. We'll be talking about multitasking, time management, and my first news. So stay tuned. And back to... So what is multitasking? Well, in my opinion, multitasking is doing something at the same time as doing another thing. Simultaneously, doing it correctly. So science has proven that multitasking cannot be done. In certain situations, you kind of have to try to multitask in order to get things done in a day. Like this. I am feeding my child, I am making dinner for myself, and I'm shooting my ball at the same time. Efficient! That's what I'm talking about. Efficiently. That's the key word. So in TV broadcasting, you kind of have to do some multitasking stuff. For my classes, I kind of have to multitask juggling around my classes. I have a class around script writing, around production planning, I have a class around totally different human relations, a class around human contact. You know, you have to go to each and every class and you have to kind of do the homework at the same time. Because it kind of overlaps when it's due. You do one thing after the other. You're kind of doing homework in class, in another class, you know. There's not really any homework around most of the stuff, but it is pretty heavy homework that you have to do. Finding time to do that is pretty hard in a mother's life. However, I am determined to find the time and to be able to do this. Now, mommies, you know what I'm talking about? Multitasking in a mommy life, that is key. That's the only thing we can get things done. That is, you know, how we can do stuff. The thing about multitasking is sometimes you fail and sometimes you don't. But the more and more you do it, the better and better you'll get at it. Okay, time management. Time management. Time management is something that I struggle with on a daily basis. And I haven't just struggled with it this year or since I became a mother. I've just struggled with this my whole life. I just can't manage my time. I seem to be running late for things. When I get up in the morning, I have a set schedule. I get up and do this and do this and do this. But then I seem to take that much longer with something that I'm doing. And then I end up running late and rushing around at the end. That is what I want to get out of. For you people who can time management, I envy you. Especially mothers, like new mothers, you know what I mean. Time management is for everything. It's not just for students in school. It's not just for students who are mothers in school. It's for everyone. Even mothers on mat leave, because you've got a schedule around your baby's time, around nap time, around feeding time, around diaper change time. I take the bus and I have to do one errand a day because that's how slow the bus is. That's time management, I guess. I have to time manage what errand I can do in one day so I can get home. I've been trying to get in the habit of writing my stuff down in a planner. The key thing though is writing stuff down in a planner and then getting into the habit of looking into that planner. So that's the hardest part for me because I have a very forgetful mind right now, or all my life I've had a very forgetful mind. I blame my parents. The genes, blame the genes. Tangent. And with going to school and stuff, time management is key, especially for TV broadcasting. I'm a full-time mother who goes to school, who has to make time for my daughter, and has to make time for classes, and has to make time for... I'm starting up my own production company with a couple of colleagues of mine, so, you know, that's something that I need to think of, is when I'm going to schedule meetings, who's going to look after my daughter. Every second of every day is planned out for me, basically. That's what I need to do, is get that much organized, because then I won't fall behind and procrastinate, or, you know, forget something. Because that's bad if I forget something. Deep breath. My first news. Okay, so we have our first news class, our official first rehearsal of our first news class ever. So this is how it went. For my role, I can say that I was a bit rusty. I didn't know what to do, didn't know exactly because I took a year off now. I probably should have been looking up some stuff if I wanted to be floor director. I probably should have been studying this so that I would become fresh-minded and I would, you know my role a little bit better. But because I didn't do that, I decided to focus on my daughter. I did actually pretty kinda good and kinda not good. And also communication is a factor too. I messed up a bit and I got some points from the teachers, but you know, it's a learning experience, right? It's always a learning experience, no matter if you have a job or not. like in the industry. The teachers say that you never know everything, you're always learning, so that's a good thing that I'm, I don't know everything, because obviously I don't. I'm learning. So I just want to get a good mark, and I don't want to let my classmates down, because the pressure is on when you're floor director. You are the communication key between the studio and the control room, between the host and the director, between the camera, like the cameras know what they're doing, but you, like if they're not on their headset, then you better make sure they are. The floor director has to multitask. They have to be able to listen and talk at the same time. If someone's talking to them, they better be listening to the director in case the director asks them a question. They can be like, hold on a second, I'm talking, and then proceed with what they're doing. I am a fault at this. I pay too much attention to talking to the host or to the teacher or whoever is talking at the moment, and then the director's like, what's going on? Why did I ask the question like 3 times and you didn't answer me? Is anyone on their headset? And I pull back in after my conversation, like, yeah, it was my headset, sorry, I was talking to someone. What was your question? You gotta get better at multitasking. Well, basically, that's what you have to do for floor director. You have to be able to multitask on a daily basis for that job. I love being floor director. When people ask me for go to me for directions, what camera you look at, I love it. It's just awesome. I did learn some hand signals. 10 seconds, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 5 seconds left, stuff like that. But all in all, it went great. I did a great job. I think everyone did a great job on my team, considering it was the first time we were all a team together. It went better with practice, honestly, and that's what rehearsals are for. Continuing with today's theme, multitasking, mommy advice, guys. So when your little one is old enough to play independently, you can just put them in the playpen or some sort of gated area that you have, like a player area, and as long as you can see them, of course, and put some toys in there. They should be good for a bit. It's a really good, teach them the independent play, because that will help you mommies in the long run. It will really help you. Trust me on this. You don't want a clingy baby. That's too clingy. Sure, you love those hugs and kisses, but also you need that independence for mommy time, for mommy to get stuff done around the house. Otherwise, you're never gonna get anything done. And as long as you're keeping an eye on them, of course. Just taking on them. If you're out, bring the playpen into the kitchen. There's that thing's mobile. So bring them into the kitchen with you, put them on the floor, get off the kitchen. As long as they can't get into anything, you can continue cooking for them, and then when supper's ready, put them in the high chair. Or just put them in the high chair and let them eat while you cook your dinner, or eat your dinner. So that's all the mommy advice I have for today. Thank you for watching, everyone. It's #MomMoment. So please subscribe in the corner. Click that subscribe button if you want to see more of me, more of how this crazy life of mine is unfolding. Follow me on Twitter, please. I want to hear your tweets. I didn't hear your tweets. Come on, tweet at me, people. I want to know what you think. I want to know how you think of the show. I just want you to say, hey, come on, tweet me. Follow me on Instagram. I would love to see your pictures of the little ones. I'd love to see your pictures of it going to school. I would love to see pictures of your selfie. Go down to my Facebook page. You can check out more. I post everything on my Facebook page. You can check out what I'm about and what I'm at. If you have a local band, this is the spot for you. I can do your music videos. I actually have a production team that can do your music videos for you. We can sit down and talk and have a meeting about that. And then you can get the word out about that. So thank you, everyone. Peace.